The city lights shimmered through the tinted windows of Adrian Cole's luxury black sedan as he scrolled mindlessly through his phone. The gala was in 2 hours, and he still had no date. Not that he needed one, but tonight was different. Tonight, his ex-fiancée would be there. Their new fiancé, the son of his biggest business rival. The press would be everywhere, and the last thing Adrian wanted was to show up alone. His assistant had tried to set him up with models, actresses, even influencers. But none of them felt right. Didn't want someone fake, someone who'd flirt for the cameras. He needed someone real, someone unexpected, someone who would catch everyone's attention without trying. As the car pulled up at a red light, in the quieter part of town, something out the window caught Adrian's eye. A woman sat alone on the sidewalk, wrapped in an old coat, holding a cardboard sign that read, "Not asking for money. Just a second chance." She looked up, her eyes hollow but proud. Something in that look made Adrian say, "Stop the car, sir." His driver asked, "Just stop." We stepped out, ignoring the cold breeze, and walked toward her. She straightened up, unsure whether to be afraid or curious. "What's your name?" he asked. "Does it matter?" She replied softly. "Yes," he said, "because I want to offer you something. One night. Pretend to be my girlfriend at a charity gala. I'll pay you $10,000. You'll have a dress, a room, everything you need. No strings attached. You leave in the morning." She stared at him like he was insane. "Why me?" "Because no one would expect it. And I think you're stronger than you look." After a long pause, she said, "My name is Claire." He reached out his hand. She hesitated, then took it. 2 hours later, Claire stood in the dressing suite of the city's most exclusive boutique. Her tangled hair was now an elegant updo. The makeup artist had covered the bruises of hardship, revealing soft cheekbones and deep green eyes. She wore a sleek black gown that clung to her frame, simple but stunning. The staff whispered to each other, assuming she was someone important they hadn't heard of yet. Adrian walked in, adjusting his cufflinks. When he saw her, he stopped. "Wow," he said, almost involuntarily. Claire looked down. "You paid for the transformation?" "No," he said quietly. "I didn't." At the gala, heads turned the moment they walked in. Reporters snapped photos, murmuring, "Who's she?" while guests whispered guesses. Adrian wrapped an arm around her waist with surprising ease. Claire smiled, not nervously, but with quiet confidence. She said little, but every word landed. She wasn't polished, but she was real, and in a sea of practiced laughter and designer fakeness. That was more powerful than anything else. His ex spotted them across the hall. Her eyes widened. Adrian caught it and smiled. Claire leaned in and whispered, "Is that her?" "Yeah," he said. "You're doing great." "I feel like a fraud," she murmured. "So does everyone here," he replied. As the night went on, Adrian found himself forgetting why he brought her. They danced, laughed softly, shared small, honest moments between all the performance. Claire wasn't just playing a role, she was being herself. And for the first time in years, Adrian felt like he could be himself too. Outside on the balcony, she looked out over the glowing skyline. "You don't owe me anything more," she said. "This was more than just a job. You still get the money," he said. "I know, but this was something else. For me," he looked at her. "Who were you before this?" She smiled faintly. "I was a social worker. Lost my job, then my home. My family's gone. It was fast. It's faster than I imagined possible. Didn't know what to say," she added. "I used to help people who were falling. Then I became one." He reached into his coat and pulled out a second envelope. "This isn't for tonight. This is for tomorrow, if you ever want a real job again. My company does outreach projects. We need someone with heart." She stared at him, tears quietly building. "I'm not asking for charity," she said. "And I'm not offering it," he replied. "I'm offering a choice." The next morning, Claire woke up in the guest suite of his penthouse. The dress hung beside the closet. The shoes were lined neatly. On the nightstand was a sealed envelope and a note that read, "You were the only real thing in that entire room. Thank you, Adrian." She walked out quietly, her heart full, not with shame, not with pity, but something that felt like hope. A week later, Adrian's receptionist called him to the front office. "She's here," she said. He rushed down, and there stood Claire, hair tied back. Worn coat replaced with a modest blazer. "Still want me on your team?" she asked. He smiled. "I was hoping you'd say that." From that day on, Claire didn't just work in Adrian's company, she changed it. Her perspective transformed. How they built their community work. Her voice became trusted, respected, heard. And as for Adrian, he still didn't bring dates to events. He brought Claire not for one night, but maybe for the rest of them.